Hi everyone, I'm happy to be here with you today. This is the Public Health Internship Getting Started video. Note that the video contains sound, so be sure your audio is on so that you can learn all the important information included here to get you launched successfully with your internship course this semester. And this is being presented in fall 2020. As I said, the video is narrated, so adjust your sound as needed, or you can view it with closed captioning and you'll be able to find it on YouTube with the viewing option, and it will have the captioning there. I wanted to introduce myself. I'm Dr. Laura Grunwald, Dr. G, and I use the pronouns she, her, and hers. I am really happy to be working with you on this pre-professional experience. I love having the chance to support students as you go out into the community, into agencies that are doing really important work to improve our communities and eliminate health disparities and improve outcomes, all the stuff that we really focus on here in the College of Public Health. Don't hesitate to reach out to me at any point if you have any questions. In addition to my time here in the College of Public Health supporting students in their internships, I've also worked in a Tucson community agency. So for 3 years I was Director of Education at Ben's Bells Project, and I supported a student intern every semester there. So I've been on both sides of the coin. I've been on the university side supporting students, and I've been on the community side supporting students in a different way. So I'm here to help problem solve if anything comes up. I'm happy to meet via video conferencing or phone if you have questions. Periodically throughout the semester, I'll do just a Zoom open office hour so you can drop in if you've got any questions or things you want to ask about. And I'm happy to be here as a resource for you in fall 2020. I'd like to read this land acknowledgement statement from the University now. The University of Arizona sits on the original homelands of indigenous peoples who have stewarded this land since time immemorial. Aligning with the university's core value of a diverse and inclusive community, it is an institutional responsibility to recognize and acknowledge the people, culture, and history that make up the Wildcat community. At the institutional level, it is important to be proactive in broadening awareness throughout campus to ensure our students feel represented and valued. Here's a quick overview of what this video will cover: the shared expectations that we're going to have in the course, the responsibilities for you as the student, for me as the instructor, and for your preceptor in your internship site, your internship assignments, some common questions and experiences, and then advice from your peers. So the shared expectations are laid out in the internship manual, which is your syllabus. That's, as you know, the contract for the class. This will talk about the responsibilities. It will include information about earning the grade for this class, and it will have due dates and lots of really good information for you there. If you need any help accessing resources, there's information there as well. And if you have any questions about it, don't hesitate to let me know. I also want to remind you about the work plan you submitted to be registered for this class. This identified your public health focused internship learning objectives and the activities that you'll complete. As a reminder, this is a plan. So what this means is that sometimes things change. We know this now more than ever. Things are changing all the time with COVID-19. So just keep in mind that if something does change with your internship, while of course it has to remain fully remote for fall 2020, if some of your learning objectives or activities change, be in touch with me so that you can keep me in the loop, because you're going to want that record keeping and that accountability with me, and not just with your internship site. If something changes substantially, if it's something small, you can report on that in your midterm evaluation reflection. But if it's something major and you need a consultation, don't hesitate to reach out and we can talk about it. You are all enrolled in either 6 units or 3 units. So if you're enrolled in 6 units, you're going to do 250 contact hours. If you're enrolled in 3 units, you're going to do 125 contact hours. And a lot of students wonder why this is the number of contact hours for the units. And this is based on university policy that 45 hours of effort or work at the community organization equal 1 unit of enrollment. Now, if you do the math, 6 units at 45 hours per unit would actually equal 270 contact hours. So I've already adjusted your required contact hours down because you have some academic assignments that you're going to do to support your learning and processing this semester. So I've already adjusted the number of units down for both the 6-credit internship and the 3-credit internship. And that's why the hours are at 250 and 125 for your fall experience. I want to talk about when your contact hours can count officially. They can start counting after Monday, August 24th, the first day of classes, and they have to conclude on or before Wednesday, December 9th. This is a university policy that we support in the college that mandates that students have to be registered and officially enrolled in the course when it's active, and so those are the dates here. I also want to make a note here about the holidays that we will have this semester: Labor Day, Veterans Day, and Thanksgiving. Just be sure you're in communication with your agency and your preceptor about the expectations for what kind of work you will complete during those holiday times. Another reminder about contact hours is that I've listed averages here for the hours that you'll work per week, and that assumes that you'll begin your internship on Monday, August 24th, and you'll continue it through December 9th with no time off. That's 15 active weeks of time. So on average for 6 units, you're going to work about 17 hours a week, and on average for 3 units, you're going to work about 8.5 hours per week. So what this means is that you might work more hours some weeks and fewer hours other weeks, but the average needs to be about 8.5 and or 17 hours per week to earn your contact hours for the semester. So in addition to your contact hours, I mentioned this just a couple minutes ago, you're also expected to spend about 20 hours working on internship assignments, your activity log, some reflections and reports, a LinkedIn profile, and e-portfolio. There'll also be a couple discussion board opportunities where you get to know your other peers in this class. Please note that the hours you spend working on these academic assignments do not count toward your contact hours. And also a note that federal regulations require that all internships for credit include work experience and an academic component. Some of this is to make sure that everything's okay at the internship site and that you have a person that you can be reporting to, and that's me, who can be your sounding board if anything comes up that's concerning or if you have questions about anything. So now I'm going to talk about the responsibilities for you, your internship instructor, me, and your preceptor. That will be your supervisor at your site or your agency. So your responsibility will be to review the internship manual and the syllabus. You're going to have a quiz on that, so that's going to help you make sure that you do that. Your responsibility also includes delivering on your work plan while realizing that it is a plan, as I mentioned before. You really want to treat this internship experience like a job, so you want to be professional. Okay, so we're doing this all from home, remotely, so make sure that you, don't have anything in the background that wouldn't be professional. Now, I am recording this right now in a room that has a bed. I don't expect you to not have something like that in your background, but dress at least from the waist up as if you are business casual. Remember, you're representing yourself, MESCOF, and the University of Arizona. So if you have any debris in the background, take a quick look before you get on your Zoom meetings and make sure everything looks professional for those experiences. Communicate your needs to your preceptor. If you need more meetings and check-ins, let them know. Negotiate your schedule with them and complete all the required assignments by the posted deadlines. Your preceptor responsibilities. And remember, your preceptor is your site supervisor, and the agency is the place where you will be interning. So your preceptor is the person who signed off on your work plan. They will mentor you, and keep in mind that this is somebody that you may very well want to ask for a letter of recommendation someday. So you really want to think about the fact that you're developing a strong relationship with your preceptor over the course of the semester, and you want to take that seriously. They will answer any questions and resolve any issues. They will serve as your point of contact, and they will serve as my point of contact if they have any communication that they need to report to me, any issues of concern. and they will complete your midterm and final evaluations, and they will sign off on your activity logs. My responsibilities involve serving as an ongoing contact for you, running our D2L site, grading the internship assignments, and assigning the final grade. Please note, any information you share with me about your internship site will be confidential. I will only share with your preceptor or with the agency if I have your explicit permission. So know that you can confide in me and I've had students talk with me about a communication issue or something that's just not quite going well, and we strategize together ways that they can advocate for them, so ways that you can advocate for yourself, and just know that I'm not going to be reporting that back to the agency, and that you can talk to me honestly and know that I'm here to help you. I want to acknowledge now that you're human, which means mistakes happen, and that you're learning, which means you don't know everything. And that might be one of the most important things when you're starting an internship, is just to acknowledge you don't know everything, and that's okay. You're not supposed to. So letting your preceptor know when you need a little bit more information, or letting me know when you need a little bit more information if it's one of the assignments. Just know that I'm here to help you process your human experience with this internship and your learning. I also want to acknowledge that it's okay to ask for help. That's why I'm here. So I want to go over just real quick a few examples of areas of help that students have, where students have come in the past. One of them is balancing your internship with your other responsibilities. This is going to be a new experience and a really great and exciting experience, but especially if you're doing a 6-unit internship, you're going to need to find an extra 17 hours in your week, and that can be challenging. So reach out to me if you have any questions or concerns about how you want to find balance with your internship and your other responsibilities. Having difficult conversations with your preceptor or someone at the agency, you absolutely can have that conversation with me first. I can help you plan it out, strategize, come up with the 3 top things that you want to make sure you convey in the conversation. If you need to raise any concerns with your preceptor or another mentor, I'm a safe space for you to come and practice, and we can strategize together. Managing uncomfortable situations, that comes up from time to time, not very often, I want to assure you, but it does happen because we're all human, and we're in this new world where we're all navigating this online world. So make sure that if anything makes you uncomfortable, and especially if you are asked to do any in-person hours, anything this semester that makes you uncomfortable for whatever reason, let's talk about it. We can problem solve, we can strategize so that you can be less uncomfortable and that you can advocate for yourself and know that this is all part of the learning experience. There are going to be times throughout your life and career where you'll need to do this. This is the first step. I'm here to help. And then processing your learning through cultural humility. So a lot of people may have heard of cultural competence or cultural awareness, but cultural humility is recognizing that nobody can be an expert in another person's culture. So even though we can't be experts in other people's cultures, we can still try our best to understand and recognize and acknowledge cultures. I'm still learning how to do this. It's a lifelong endeavor. It's why people refer to it as a practice. It's not something we're going to master, but it really, what I will say is that I've found that it is an extremely rewarding practice and endeavor. And certainly there are times when I've said things that I wish I could take back, but we're in process, and we can make amends, and we can do hard things, as Glennon Doyle would say. So I'm here to help you process with anything that comes up around that, and we'll learn together. And finally, I just want to say one last time, it's okay to ask for help. I am here. Don't hesitate to lean on me. I really do enjoy helping students problem solve in that way. So how are you going to process your learning? So these are the different assignments that you'll have for the academic portion of the course. You'll start with a quiz. There's going to be an early check-in discussion board post. This used to be an assignment that students turned in a D2L Dropbox, but after feedback, I've switched this to a discussion board post so you have the opportunity to get to know some of your peers and some of their internship experiences. You'll write a foundational report about the agency where you're interning. If you are enrolled in 493A or 493H, you will complete a LinkedIn profile and networking discussion. Everyone will do a midterm activity log. Everyone will do a midterm evaluation with their preceptor, and then you will all do a midterm evaluation reflection. 493A and 493H students will do an e-portfolio, and everyone will do a final activity log, evaluation, and reflection. And then finally, everyone will do a student evaluation of internship, which helps us gather really important data for this program. And there will be a link available for that to you later in the semester. So this is a superior pass-fail course. That is the way it's set up. That means it doesn't impact your GPA, but you do have to get a superior or a pass in this course to graduate from the College of Public Health. And so if you want to earn a grade of superior, there's going to be a minimum number of points. There's an updated number of points on our syllabus, so make sure you're looking at that. So you will know what work you need to put in to earn the grade that you want of either superior or pass. Your first assignments will be reading the internship manual and taking the Getting Started quiz and setting up your activity log and starting to document your internship work right away. So on our D2L site, you will find the Getting Started quiz under the quizzes tab right there at the top on your D2L site. And you will also find on the content page the internship manual and the link for the activity log, so you can get started with those. I also want to highlight that there's a module for students in 493B and a module for students in 493H. 493B, the syllabus is almost exactly the same except for the academic assignments page. In the elective internship, you don't have to do a couple of assignments. But all the other deadlines are the same, so make sure if you're in 493B or 493H, you visit those modules. And then this is what the syllabus will look like, or the internship manual when you get started with it. This is a sample of what your activity log will look like, and you're going to complete this every week. And I want to give a few more notes on the activity log because it's a really helpful way to process your learning. Please use the template that's provided. Each week you'll provide a short summary of what you did and how the work is related to public health. Please note that you should not have the exact same summary and the exact same reflection every week. So you'll see that there's an area for summary of activities and connection to public health. Those should be a little bit different every week, especially the connection to public health. So that's your area where you show your growth and you show your learning. So you want to make sure that you have something different each week there. A reminder that at the end of your internship, your hours must equal the number of hours appropriate to the units you're enrolled. So 125 hours for 3 units, 250 hours for 6 units. And at the midterm and the final, you will submit this activity log to me on D2L. You will also email that log to your preceptor, and your preceptor will verify that by email. So what to include on your activity log? Students often have questions about this. So examples of what will count for your hours on your activity logs: working on any of your approved projects at home, participating in your Zoom meetings or other video conferencing or any phone calls, things like that, any research that you're doing that would fall under an approved project. Example of what type of activities don't count on your activity log: setting up your home office, doing your internship course assignments, and any virtual shadowing of physicians, physical therapists, or any virtual clinical focused activities will not count on your activity log because, of course, as you know, all the activities need to be public health related. The midterm and final evaluations, I will email a link to your preceptor. You can preview on our D2L course site what that evaluation looks like. Your preceptor will complete it, and then you will set up a one-on-one conversation with your preceptor to review and talk about that evaluation and assessment. These evaluations do not directly impact your grade, but what does impact, but they must be completed by your preceptor. What does impact your earned grade is your midterm evaluation reflection and your final evaluation reflection. So you might get some scores on your midterm evaluation that reflect areas for growth. But your grade that you'll be earning for the academic portion will come from how you reflect on that. So a few notes on deadlines. There's a page clearly in your internship manual that has all the deadlines for fall 2020. Again, I want students in HPS 493B to note that they should refer to the 493B module and syllabus on D2L for assignments and due dates, and the honors students should refer to the 493H module on the D2L site. So some common questions and experiences. How can I set myself up for a proactive start at my internship site? The best thing to do is set up a meeting with your preceptor during your first week. So you're going to do all your meetings this semester, of course, via Zoom or phone. And so you want to do this right away. Set up that meeting as soon as you can. You want to just check in about the work plan, make sure everything looks good and that you're on the same page as far as those goals and learning objectives and activities. And you want to ask them any questions about preferred methods of communication so that you can know if they prefer to communicate via text, via email. I think a lot of preceptors are going to be comfortable with text communication this semester especially, but be sure you have a good understanding of the shared expectations that you have, and that will be a good way to get a proactive start on your internship. Another common question is, I'm having a tough time connecting with or communicating with my preceptor, so what should I do? This is one time when it's really good to see if is there anyone else that you can connect with through your internship who can provide additional mentorship, and or are there other students, whether they're College of Public Health students or other student interns, that you can connect with. I want to say you don't want to be connecting with them around gossiping, but you may want to connect with them around problem solving, being proactive, tools and strategies that they're using to communicate effectively. And especially finding another mentor at the site can be an excellent way to just get a sense of the culture, the work culture at your internship site. This is going to be trickier this semester because of doing everything via Zoom, but I'm confident that you can do it, and I'm here to help you problem solve and strategize if you need help doing that. Really make sure you do loop me in if you're having any challenges, because I'm here to help you set up those connections in the most positive way you can. And again, you really want to have a positive relationship with your preceptors. Most of the preceptors have mentored College of Public Health students before. They have high expectations that our students always meet. So I'm confident that you'll have a really good experience, but on the off chance there's just something that's a little bit off with your chemistry, don't hesitate to reach out to me and we'll problem solve together. And then finally, will my internship be valuable and fun? Yes, absolutely. So students sometimes feel a little nervous about this at the beginning. And again, especially during this time, what is an online internship? But you know, all the students in the summer semester said, this wasn't what I had hoped for, but I had a great experience. So many students will come out of this with, if not a job offer at the internship sites, with a connection that leads them to a job. That happens every semester. But if you do find yourself stressed out and not having fun, get in touch and we'll talk about it and we'll figure something out. Okay, time for some advice from your peers. I would say to remain adaptable and never give up. There may be times that will be stressful, but you will get through it with the help from others. Communicate with your preceptor as much as possible. It can be really fun. It makes the whole thing worthwhile, and you learn a lot just by chatting with the preceptor. And this advice is coming from students from their summer internships. So these were students who all had, this advice comes from students who have all done fully remote internships. Be confident. Your ideas in public health education have value. By applying yourself, you can really transform your internship experience from just completing the requirements to one where you learn, grow, and expand your network. You and your agency have the opportunity to mutually benefit from each other. It's okay not to fully know what is going on in the beginning. It took me a while to get into the groove of everything that was happening at my internship site. This is excellent advice. This is the case anywhere, not just at an internship, but it takes a little bit of time to sort of get what the work culture is. So be patient with yourself, practice some kindness with yourself around this. Don't hesitate to take advantage of meeting with the internship instructor, Dr. Gromwald. She helped me figure out a problem, and it was so helpful to know I had someone who understood my situation. Be creative. Talk to the presenters that had an impact on you afterwards. Reach out to anyone during the internship and pick their brain. Understand that this internship will provide more quality with more initiative. Excellent advice. So I just want to say, as I start to wrap up here, that you have some really exciting changes ahead. Some of you may walk away from this with a job after your internship. It happens every semester. It could be with a community partner versus with the agency that you're interning with right now. But just keep in mind that you want to put your best foot forward. You want to work as hard as you can to leave a really strong impression, and that you keep that in mind for everyone that you come into contact with. A few required notices here. The internship instructor, college, and university are not responsible for any financial obligations, including but not limited to travel, transportation, housing arrangements, medical care for injuries related to the internship experience. And one last important reminder, under College of Public Health policy, Fall 2020 credit-bearing internship projects must be fully remote for the duration of the semester. If you have any questions about this, please reach out to me and contact me immediately if you're asked to complete any in-person contact hours. Okay? If you have any questions, don't hesitate to get in touch with me, laurag1@email.arizona.edu. We can set up time to talk, and stay tuned for some open office hours that will come over the course of the semester. Have a great experience with your internship. I look forward to seeing your progress in the academic assignments, and be well and take good care.